It starts in near silence, then snaps to that familiar flat-six bark. This is the new hybrid 911, promising quicker response and better efficiency without touching the soul that built the badge. On paper, it's the most future-proof 911 yet. On pavement, the added shove and smarter aero change more than you'd think. Today, we chase the feel. Steering torque, exit speed, and that goosebump soundtrack. Did Porsche just future-proof an icon, or blur the very thing that made it special? Stay with me to the end, and you'll know. Meet the Porsche 911 Hybrid, an icon taking its first real step into electrified performance. From a few paces back, it's pure 911, low, wide, and purposeful, with those timeless haunches and a stance that looks fast even at idle. Up close, the details hint at the twist. Tighter aero, discreet badging, and cooling that says this isn't just a trim. It's a rethink of how a 911 makes speed. Why does this launch matter? Because the U.S. sports car market is at a crossroads. Buyers want the feel and sound they love, but they also want quicker response in traffic, calmer highway miles, and fewer fuel stops on road trips. Porsche's promise is simple and bold. Use electric assist to sharpen the 911's instincts. Quicker off the line, stronger mid-range, smoother daily driving, without sanding off the character that made the badge a badge. Inside, the picture is familiar but cleaner. Supportive buckets, a driver-first cockpit, and tech that finally behaves like a quiet co-pilot instead of a backseat director. It still looks and feels like a 911, just more focused, more modern, and a touch more grown up. We're keeping the specs light for now because the real story is how it drives. In a minute, we'll dive into design touches you can spot at a glance, cabin quality you feel after an hour, and the tech that stays out of your way until it's useful. Then we'll head for mixed roads to see if the added shove and subtle extra weight change the 911's rhythm. Is this the evolution purists can live with, or the moment the legend shifts lanes? Let's find out. Roll out gently, and the first surprise is the calm. The 911 Hybrid glides away on electric assist, no lurch, no drama, then the flat six wakes with a clean, familiar bark. In city traffic, the Hybrid fill is the headline, gaps you use to feel simply aren't there. You tip into the throttle, the car answers now, not soon, and lane changes, feel like thoughts you finished early. Steering is light at parking speeds, then firms up as the front end keys into a corner. You can trace the line with your fingertips. On a flowing back road, the car shows two personalities. In normal, it's tidy and unflustered. Quick turn-in, a planted rear, and body control that reads the pavement without punishing you. Flip to the sharper drive mode, and the hybrid system changes from helpful to hungry. Out of slow bends, the added shove feels like a gentle hand at your lower back. Less drama, more exit speed. You're a gear higher than you think, yet the car slingshots anyway. That's the new trick. Design details back it up. The nose sits a hair lower, the aero feels smarter at speed, and cooling cutouts whisper, "track day," without shouting it in traffic. Wheels fill the arches cleanly. The stance says, "ready" more than "angry." Inside, the seats lock you in without pinching, and the cabin is finally quiet enough that a phone call at 75 miles per hour doesn't sound like a wind tunnel demo. Touch points are reassuringly mechanical. A click here, a solid paddle pull there. Screens are crisp, but not bossy, and the driver aids behave like a patient co-pilot. There when you need a breather, invisible when you don't. There are edges. The added mass shows up if you start linking quick left-rights. You'll feel the extra beat where the car gathers itself. The brake pedal is confident, but in the first inch, you can sense the Regan blending with the mechanical bite, a rhythm you learn in a day, but it's there. Trunk space is still weekend, not week-long, and if you're over 6 feet, the rear seats remain symbolic. The bass audio is fine, not thrilling, and the options list can turn rational upgrades into a numbers game. Efficiency is the quiet win. In our 70-mile-per-hour cruise, the engine settles into a low murmur while the hybrid system trims the load. Fuel stops feel farther apart. Around town, stop and go becomes less annoying because you're not burning effort or gas. Every time traffic breathes. Yet the soundtrack survives. Under real throttle, the note hardens into that familiar, hair-raising tenor. It's not louder, just cleaner, like someone wiped the haze off your favorite record. Tech finally plays nice. Wireless CarPlay boots quickly, the 360 camera stays sharp at dusk, and the lane centering doesn't nag on well-marked highways. The best bit may be the adaptive cruise logic. It respects the car in front without yo-yoing, which turns long stretches into an easy rhythm instead of a video game. So how quick is it really? Our stopwatch has an opinion that doesn't match the brochure, and our mixed loop returned a number we didn't expect. And then there's the price curve and one specific option that flips the value story on its head. We'll break down the numbers, the trims, and the one test that made us run it twice. After this. Here it is, our full send loop. Same pavement, same weather, 3 runs to kill the excuses. Launch control armed, settle the brake, hold the revs, go. The hybrid shove fills the first 10 feet like an elastic band snapping. The flat 6 joins with a clean punch, and the 911 fires down the straight with that weird mix of calm and speed only a great chassis has. First heavy brake zone, the pedals firm, easy to modulate. You feel region's first brush, then the mechanical bite clamps hard. Turn in, the nose keys in, the rear follows, and you're already earlier on the throttle than muscle memory expects because the electric push is right there, right now. Lap 2, we get greedy. Quick left-right, the added weight shows up for a heartbeat, then the body control snaps it flat, and you're gone. The soundtrack builds, not loud, just clear, and the steering keeps whispering useful things. Grip here, trust there, little lift now. The stopwatch? Let's just say the margin over the last non-hybrid we tested isn't small, and it doesn't come from the straight. It's exit speed, every single time. On the street, the shock is different. The car shrinks in traffic, surges through gaps, and settles on the highway at 70 with the engine barely working. You roll into an on-ramp in 4th, expect pretty quick, get, oh, that's new. The hybrid system isn't chasing attention, it's erasing hesitation. The trade-offs we worried about? The brake blend takes a drive to learn, and the quick left-right flick asks for cleaner inputs. But the rhythm, the 911 rhythm, survives. Head-to-head, the rival brings bigger numbers and louder theater. Impressive. Yet when the pavement gets messy and the corners link awkwardly, the hybrid 911 keeps its line with less drama and more pace. It's not just fast, it's repeatable fast. That's the turn. So, where does that leave it? Future-proof evolution or badge cosplay? The answer lives in 2 numbers from our loop and 1 option that changes the value math completely. Let's talk trims, prices, and the spec we'd actually buy right now. Verdict. The hybrid 911 is still a 911, only quicker to react, calmer in traffic, and less thirsty on the highway. The core feel survives. Talkative steering, planted balance, a soundtrack that sharpens with revs, and exit speed that makes average roads feel special. The hybrid system doesn't steal the show, it removes hesitation. That's the win. Big pros: instant mid-range shove, repeatable pace on rough pavement, quieter cruising, smarter driver aids, and real-world efficiency that stretches road trips. The cabin finally behaves like a premium daily. Great seating position, crisp cameras, tech that stays out of your way. Real trade-offs. You'll sense the weight in quick left-rights. The brake blend takes a day to master. The front and rear seats are still weekend only. and options can send the price into nosebleed territory. If you crave raw edge above all, you may prefer a lighter, simpler variant. Who should buy it? Daily drivers who want a weekend weapon. This is your sweet spot. Track-curious owners expect consistent laps with less drama. Learn the brake feel, and it rewards clean inputs. Purist collectors, if analog texture is your North Star, keep an eye on lighter trims or wait for a more hardcore spec. Why it matters in the US now: performance and efficiency are no longer enemies. This car shows you can add electrons without erasing emotion. Expect rivals to chase the same formula. Electric assist for response, not just range. The hybrid 911 doesn't just keep the badge relevant. It nudges the whole segment toward smarter speed. Final line: if the past defined the 911 by sound and steering, this one adds certainty, the confidence that whenever you ask, it answers now. Is that the future of performance we actually want? If this helped, like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell. Drop a comment. Would you go hybrid for the response? Which spec would you buy? And what would you trade for more feel? Your takes shape our next test.